EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a handoff coming left, Evans. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They go back to the ground now with Mixon, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. It's Mixon on the counter, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
pass on second down. That'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action now. Cousins. Flush to his right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
And when you think of the Vikings, you think of a team that brings a lot of pressure to the quarterback, but a surprise in 2020, only 23 sacks as a unit last year. So they're in need of bigger production from their pass rush in 2021. Remember, last year's numbers?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Penn State, Micah Parsons. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. They go play action. Cousins. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing is Cousins. Going for the deep ball. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now Cousins going up top. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
12. Switch.
Now it's Mixon running right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Here we go. Get it!
On the handoff, Evans. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Stiff-armed him. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Right, 80. Right, hot.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Second and 6. Play fake. Cousins. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On third down, Cousins. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's go. Come on.
For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cook on the toss left. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Looking deep downfield.
And that is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This is caught, it's Boyd. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Out of the gun, a give to Evans.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Come on, ready? 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
153 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. On the give, this is Evans.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Cousins now. He's going to look deep down the field. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
Cousins on 1st down. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 26 yards. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Phillips. A hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Here's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Boy, 203 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
11, Thomas.
Here's a handoff to Evans. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Here we go. Stop. Ready? Stop.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. To throw, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 2nd and 10, Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
One last shot now for Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Bengals, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.